This segment is sponsored by the John Price Law Firm. The claims and opinions made in this segment are not necessarily those of Live 5 WCSC.
With us today, we have attorney John Price from the John Price Law Firm. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So one of the things that you get a lot of calls and questions about is an unidentified hit-and-run car accident. Tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, we often get phone calls from innocent victims of hit and run, and they want to know what did they do, what can they do. When they're at the scene, of course, anyone should make a reasonable effort to identify the driver of the hit-and-run vehicle. That does not mean that you have to engage in a long, high-speed chase or endanger the lives of others, but you should take reasonable efforts under circumstances, taking into account whether or not you're too injured to drive further, you're on your own accord, or whether or not your vehicle may be disabled itself in an unsafe condition. But reasonable efforts are required. And also the victim has to report the incident to the police, file a police report. And as well as it'd be a very good idea to call your insurance company as soon as possible and report the incident also.
Okay, so if you are involved in this type of accident after doing some of these things, what are the next steps you take?
Well, the next steps there is for the lawyer to begin to assemble proof for your case. Hopefully you have some witnesses. If not, then very often the case can be proven through physical contact, the contact and the damage to your car that occurs as a result of the hit-and-run driver. Not all hit-and-run cases, though, have physical contact. Sometimes hit-and-run drivers don't actually hit, but they still run. They force the innocent victim from the roadway and perhaps into another vehicle or tree or whatever it may be, causing injury and damages to both vehicle and to the occupant. So in those situations, we're going to need an independent witness, which is another good thing to try and do at the scene, is to get the names of any witnesses who saw the accident. Okay,
so how can the John Price Law Firm help?
Well, we help by, again, getting the proof together and advancing with the claim. If by some chance the insurance company denies the claim, then we have no choice but to file a lawsuit. But in most cases, if we have the proof, then normally a case of hit and run will usually settle with the uninsured carrier for the victim's vehicle.
Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, Attorney Price. If you have any questions or need any advice on this type of accident, please call John Price Law Firm with the number on your screen or visit the website, johnpricelawfirm.com.